Welcome to the New Beginnings module. Think back to the 31st of December last year. I expect you had at least one New Year's resolution, maybe to exercise more, to learn a new language, or to land your dream job. Whatever it was, you set an intention to do something differently this year. Maybe you wrote it down, maybe you told your partner or your best friend about it. So how did that work out for you? Well, the truth of the matter is that while nearly half of us make New Year's resolutions, only 8% of us actually achieve them. Now, the chances are that you are not one of the 8%. I've been there for many years. I've made half-hearted resolutions, and by the end of Jan, I'd already failed to keep them. Does that sound familiar to you? Well, what if I were to tell you that I can support you to be one of the 8% so that you can achieve what you set out to this year? And this first video is about the truth about New Year's resolutions and why people don't keep them. It's about the 5 things we can do to ensure that we stick to our agreements with ourselves. And it also includes your wake-up call. So by learning and applying these 5 different strategies, you can radically transform your life. And you can transform your whole experience and become one of those 8% of the people that achieve what they set out to each year. So when you come up against struggles, you'll know how to overcome them. And you can move from this sense of frustration to an experience of flow, of energy and excitement for life. You will develop more courage and start to develop this unshakable sense of self-worth. I'm so excited to share all of this with you. So I'm going to begin with a quote. "The beginning is the most important part of the work." And that one's by Plato. So, the truth about New Year's resolutions. It doesn't matter what time of year you are starting this course. It could be any month. This program is about setting goals and achieving them. New Year's resolutions are simply goals. We just have a weird mindset about the 1st of January somehow being symbolic of a whole new life, a new change, and we set these goals for ourselves at the start of the year. So I believe that these kinds of goals can be set at any time of the year, and we can learn from the research done around New Year's resolutions in order to improve our goal setting. So regardless of what month you're watching this video, how can you make this next 12 months different for yourself? How can you ensure that you achieve what you set out to achieve? Well, this online course will look at key strategies that you can use to make sure you achieve your goals. Do you ever ask yourself, for example, why you don't always achieve what you intend to? Do you ever look at your peers, either your friends or others in your industry, and wonder how they have it all? Well, now it's your opportunity to understand how to achieve what you set out to and to get an insight into what all those people who seemingly have it all are up to behind the scenes to further their career, to manage their self-care and to create a life that they truly love. So in this module, we'll look at the 5 main reasons why people don't keep their New Year's resolutions. And then during the online course, we'll go through each of these 5 key strategies to address these reasons. Under each strategy, I'll share with you a variety of tools and exercises to make sure that you're successful in achieving your goals. These strategies are based on research that shares the success strategies of super successful people who regularly achieve their goals. So are you ready to make this year better than ever? So let's jump into the 5 main reasons why people don't keep their New Year's resolutions. The first one is mindset. You have to believe in yourself and your ability to achieve your resolutions, to reach your goals. Otherwise, you give up easily. The second one is the resolutions were not clear. Loosely defined resolutions like get in shape, earn more money, travel more, they're just too vague to measure up against. And what do they mean anyway? The third reason is not being true to oneself. Now, have you ever committed to something because you feel that you should? I know plenty of my clients have committed to a profession that doesn't inspire them because they felt it was the right thing to do. And this happens with the smaller things like resolutions and goal setting too. The third reason is getting distracted. We seem to live in a world of mass distraction. Get this, on average, we touch our phone 2,617 times every day, according to a study by research firm Dscout. And that's just the average cell phone user and not the serious cell phone user who does it more than 5,400 times a day. And then think about the time we're on our laptops, checking our social media when we're meant to be working. There are a million different ways to get distracted, not only from your day-to-day work, but also from your life goals and from taking action towards them. Have a think about the goals that you've set recently. Do any of the reasons that I shared apply to you? Well, they definitely did for me in the past, and even now I have to be really careful to stay on track and not fall in the trap of mass distraction. During this course, we'll cover a series of strategies and exercises that you can do on a regular basis to ensure that you stay focused on your life goals and you continue to make progress towards achieving them. So what can we learn from the reasons why people don't achieve what they set out to? Well, here are the top 5 strategies to ensure that you become one of the 8% and that you achieve the goals that you set out to achieve. The first one is have a mindset for success. This is critical. In fact, in my opinion, I feel this is the most critical of all if you want to create an amazing year for yourself and indeed an amazing life for yourself. Module 2 will focus on mindset, and throughout all the modules there will be various exercises for you to work on, creating this mindset for success, happiness and inspiration. The next strategy is to clearly define what it is that you want to achieve this year, to make sure that your goals are SMART. I'm sure you've probably heard this phrase before. SMART stands for specific, measurable, achievable, realistic and time-bound. And in Module 3 we'll work on you getting crystal clear on what you want to have happen this year. And in Module 5 you'll articulate those things into SMART goals. Now the third strategy is to be true to yourself. In Module 3 we'll be doing activities that will enable you to get out of your head and to connect with what you deeply want, not what you feel others want you to, or what you should want for yourself. And now before we dive into the 5 strategies and the wide variety of tools under each strategy that can help us have more, be more, give more and do more in our lives and have us really feeling how we want to feel, let's take a little reality check. This little exercise I call the wake-up call. I heard about it through a friend facing a difficult decision in her relationship. And when talking about it with some friends of hers, one friend just pulled out a tape measure and did a little experiment that gave my friend the clarity she needed to know what to do next. So here it is, the wake-up call exercise.